Hi guys, and welcome to another Ace Tanker for the Object 704, a tank I am really enjoying right now. It's strange because when I first started playing this tank I didn't like it very much, and I was struggling to get good results in it. But this was a game played on stream, so if you have seen it before, I do apologize. But I will release a second video today to make up for it, just in case. So you've got two Tier 9 Ace Tankers on the channel today. And we are kicking off with this one. So you're going to see me play the Object 704 a little bit differently to how I normally play it. If you check back and check my previous Object 704 Ace Tankers, you'll see that I tend to play this tank quite aggressively. I like to play my TDs more like heavy tanks and be quite close to the front line. But in this particular game I don't know why, but I decided to play it more passively. Maybe it was just the mood I was in that particular day. So I'm playing the Object 704 like a traditional TD, which is very unlike me. And the enemy team are advancing, so this is a really strong position. If the enemy team decide to advance through town or down the 1-2 lines down the beach aggressively, and thankfully they do. Now, I have had games in this position that were terrible simply because the enemy team did not come down the beach. So I hit the IS-7 at a bad angle and don't do any damage, unfortunately. But the gun really behaves in this game. That's probably my only bad shot that I remember. So I haven't watched this game since actually playing it. But we do get a nice shot into the back of the E50M. It does get me spotted, and there is RT on the enemy team, so I decide to fall back. And the enemy team are being really aggressive, and unfortunately there's nothing I can do to help the E75 or the ST1. But I do manage to get a shot into the IS-8 and set him on fire. It gets me spotted, but his accuracy is going to be terrible, especially while he's on fire. IS-7 backs away, got a shot into the back of his tank, and put it in for 738 damage. So I'm already on 2.7k damage, but unfortunately they've now taken out the ST1, and really, there's just me over here. So get a really unlucky track shot for 0 damage on that IS-8. He gets to live and fight for another day. And I've got to deal with the tanks coming up the 1-2 lines because, as I say, now I'm the only tank up here. So I've got an E100 and a T110E5 coming across, but at the moment I'm the only tank. So we get a shot into the side of the IS-7, track him, but he uses a repair kit. So 14.4 second reload is quite nice on this gun. But it's a tank I had to grow into. I really didn't like the Object 704 when I first started playing it. I didn't think it was that big a upgrade over the ISU 152, but when I started playing it more aggressively, I really started to enjoy it. So at the moment I'm on 4.1k damage, and I decide, you know what, let's just let's take a risk. Oh, not quite yet. One more shot into the T-54. The E5 and the E100 seem to have problems dealing with the IS-7. So I decide at some point that I'm going to ignore the T-54 and go for the IS-7 instead, even if it means taking a hit. Because these guys just seem to be having problems dealing with him. So we take him out for kill number 1, 5k damage. And the E100 and E5 are now free to advance. So I'm setting up here. This T-54 is probably going to try and run for it, or at least I'm hoping he will. And unfortunately, don't get that. But Waffentrager E100 has now been spotted in the middle. And as I say, I must have been in a really passive mood the day I played this, because this is a lot more passive than I normally play the Object 704. But reversing up the slope, trying to get a view on this Waffentrager again. Sitting here, letting my binocs kick in. And he's advancing. Okay, so we'll just set up here, wait for him to pop around the corner, and take him out for kill number 2. 5.7k damage. So only 2 tanks left on the enemy team. Side of the turret on an E100, I'll take that. So just trying to get more damage done here. Try for a tracking shot in the E100. I don't think I got the track shot, but someone else did. So again, side of the turret, but he's angled. Need him to turn. Not much to aim at, and someone else takes him out before I could do any more damage. So that was me playing rather more passively in the Object 704 than I usually do, and thankfully I decided to go passive that day because the enemy team advanced down the 1-2 lines on the beach really aggressively, and for about 2 minutes I was the only tank guarding that flank, but it worked out. We ended up with the ace tanker and the high caliber. 1296 XP, 6390 damage, and just the 2 kills. But I fired 12, hit 12, and penned 11. Unfortunately, at least 3 of those shots hit and did 0 damage, or just track damage with no HP damage. So a little bit unfortunate, but the gun was behaving itself other than those shots. I damaged 6, destroyed 2, did 415 assistance damage, and earned 47,000 credits with a premium account. I really do like earning credits, especially when they're higher tiered tanks. But 1944 XP, again with a premium account on my first game of the day, left me on 3,888. So that's the first of 2 tier 9 ace tankers you're going to be getting today. I will be releasing a second video later on in another tier 9, and I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you next time.